You did the hard part. You packed up, you made the break, and you survived the fallout. For the first time in months, you are starting to breathe. You have carved out a quiet, fragile sense of peace. And then, suddenly, your phone lights up. A random text message, a missed call, or a casual run-in at your regular coffee shop crashes through that quiet. In that split second, instinct takes over. It feels like a grand romantic gesture. It feels like they finally realized what they lost, and they are ready to apologize. Psychologists have a specific name for this maneuver. It's called hoovering, named directly after the vacuum cleaner, because it is designed to suck you back into the drama. This is the second phase of love bombing, a tactical maneuver designed to reboot an unhealthy dynamic. When an ex reaches out after months of silence without acknowledging the damage they caused, they are testing the strength of your boundaries. This is a fishing expedition to see if the door you locked is still latched. Viewing this outreach as an act of affection creates a dangerous blind spot. The moment you treat a power play as relationship repair, you hand the control of your recovery back to the person who broke it. If your logical brain knows this person is toxic, why do your defenses fail the moment they make contact? Surviving a chaotic relationship leaves your nervous system depleted. A sudden burst of attention from your ex provides an immediate chemical relief from the emotional pain of the breakup. These relationships create a trauma bond, a biological addiction fueled by the high of reconciliation and the low of abuse. To maintain that bond, your brain engages in euphoric recall. It filters out the dark, jagged memories, leaving only the bright nodes. Combined with loneliness, it fuses those isolated good times together, constructing an artificial, unbroken narrative of a relationship that never existed. This false reality fuels the closure trap. You convince yourself that if you just engage one last time, they will finally listen. They will finally acknowledge the pain they caused you. But seeking closure from the architect of your abuse is a dead end. You're not going to get an apology. You are going to get another wave of gaslighting and a request to not bring up the past. The manipulator relies on your own altered brain chemistry and your desperate need for peace to execute the trap for them. The timing of these attempts is rarely random or coincidental. Hoovering reliably spikes the moment you start to heal. You land a big promotion, post a genuinely happy photo, or stop checking their socials. Your visible success is the trigger. Their ego cannot tolerate watching you thrive independently. Your recovery is a threat to their control, prompting an immediate attempt to tie sandbags to a rising balloon. Longing is the facade, sabotage is the function. They are attempting to dismantle the independence that allowed you to leave in the first place. Making yourself Hoover-proof begins with your mindset. Feeling tempted to respond is a normal, biological response to a trauma bond. There is no shame in it. Your internal defense strategy requires logical anticipation. You have to expect an attack precisely at the moment you begin feeling strong and grounded. Next, build your external blockades. Clean up your social media, block their accounts, and explicitly instruct your mutual friends to withhold all life updates about you. Then, create your ick list. This is a literal, physical inventory of their worst behaviors. When euphoric recall tries to erase the bad times, you force your brain to read the grim reality. Take out your phone and change their contact information to a blunt warning. Seeing a text pop up from "Do not respond to this fool" forces a logical gut check before your emotions can take the wheel. By setting up these protocols in advance, you remove the element of surprise. You successfully shift from a state of emotional reactivity to a state of fortified, logical anticipation. If you do slip up and answer their call, do not hide it. Secrecy provides the manipulator with power. Tell a friend immediately and let transparency neutralize the shame. But there is a counterintuitive long game here. Sometimes experiencing the Hoover cycle one final time, but with full, educated awareness, is the graduation you need. Seeing their predictable tactics play out in real time can permanently break the trauma bond. True immunity isn't achieved merely through blocked numbers. It comes from the permanent, clear-eyed awareness that finally strips the manipulator of their psychological power forever.